Subscribe, hype, like, and donate with a super thanks donation in the comments section below for the unfiltered, unapologetic Sean's View End, your home for WWE news, rumors, and backstage chaos. This is where gossip gets exposed around the clock. Now, here's your host, the brash Sean's View End.
Whether or not I'm good at this YouTube thing, I want to thank all of you for 162,000 subscribers. Ladies and gentlemen, it has been the slow build. It has been the climb. But we have got here, ladies and gentlemen, 162,000 of you have joined me on this journey, the ups and the downs, and all of you decide my fate. All of you decide my future right here on this very website, to the delight of all you WWE fans, the WWE Universe, the SVE army that is behind me with the rumors, the news, the gossip, the speculation. Some of you calling it clickbait. Some of you calling it masturbate. Some of you calling it innovated. Some of you calling it supplier. Some of it calling divider. Whatever it may be, thank you for coming on to the show. And ladies and gentlemen, boy, do we got a fully loaded show. Blockbuster updates all over the place, like it seemingly has been for the last several days right here on this very episode. First off, what did you think about that last interview from the immortal Hulk Hogan, which is on Netflix right now? Did you watch it? Did you catch it? Did you see it? Your thoughts, your comments, and your opinions. I know it's a multi-part series, but what have you thought about the Hulk Hogan last interview on Netflix that was taken about a year ago before he prematurely died? And what are your thoughts on Hulk Hogan? Listen, you can think what you want to think. You can say what you want to say about Hulk Hogan, but at the end of the day, if it weren't for Hulk Hogan, there would be no WrestleMania, and there certainly would be no WWE, but that is just the bottom line at the end of the day. As a matter of fact, Hulk Hogan can be credited, and yes, we are going to get into the big death report. We are going to get into the big death report that you've probably come here for, but again, Hulk Hogan can be credited for building the WWE and almost killing the WWE, because we all know what Hulk Hogan and the NWO almost did to the WWE into the late 90s. They almost put an end to World Wrestling Entertainment's Monday Night Raw on the USA Network. But ultimately, it was the WWE that would come up big when it absolutely mattered most. Now, let's get into the headlines that you have come here. Sol Ruca reveals head injury after a brutal NXT fall left her needing 8 staples to her skull, to her head. What do you think about Sol Ruca's main roster call-up to WWE? Speaking about autopsies and death threats, because, yeah, we got a lot of that we're covered on this show, guys. Brooke Hogan claims Hulk Hogan autopsy is still being changed as of days ago. The autopsy into Hulk Hogan's death is still not done, and now his daughter says it was actually being changed just days ago. Wow. That is crazy, guys. Hulk Hogan's still in the news because his autopsy is still being changed. That is very diabolical. That, in my opinion, very twisted. Also, Brooke Hogan says that some of Hulk Hogan's surgeries were unnecessary and may have hurt his health and may have led to the downfall and the death of the immortal Hulk Hogan. Wow. Brooke Hogan details Nick Khan call that explained her WrestleMania absence, and Seth Rollins, even though he just injured, even though Seth Rollins just hurt, even though Seth Rollins just took out Braun Breaker, and, you know, this is the thing with Seth Rollins. He is injured. He is taken out legitimately, real. John Cena, he gave John Cena a broken nose. He ended the career of Sting due to that buckle bomb. Look what he did to Finn Balor at SummerSlam one year. Finn Balor had to relinquish the title the next night because Seth Rollins is very dangerous in the ring. And now Seth Rollins can add another name to that, Braun Breaker. But, you know, Braun Breaker got busted open on Monday Night Raw on Netflix. Yes, he did. And Braun Breaker was bleeding profusely from the back of his head. Again, Rollins takes out yet another man. But here's the difference with Braun Breaker. He just returned. Braun Breaker just came back from surgery. Braun Breaker just came back from injury at WrestleMania 42, and now he might be facing another sabbatical, more time off for Braun Breaker, potentially and maybe. Also, Seth Rollins is revealing at the same time that Braun Breaker gave him a black eye at WrestleMania 42. And Paige, who just came back at WrestleMania 42 in a monumental return and one of the most shocking returns in company history, says her current WWE run could very well be her last run in professional wrestling. Also, speaking about main roster call-ups, Ricky Saints' current WWE main roster call-up status according to those in the know. Also, Pat McAfee, ladies and gentlemen, opted out of WrestleMania plans after backlash from fans. And speaking about WWE Backlash, the next PLE coming up, Pat McAfee was going to be involved in a Backlash tag team match along with Jelly Roll, but that currently will not be happening. Also, we got more breaking news coming out about WrestleMania 42 days later. High WrestleMania costs blamed for fans flooding the MGM Grand looking for a WWE talent. Ridiculous. You know, fans are just crazy and diabolical and twisted, and fans are just insane. Brock Lesnar, we got breaking news on Brock Lesnar's future in-ring competition. According to the dirt sheets, the websites, and the newsletters at this time, Brock Lesnar's WrestleMania goodbye may not be final as WWE are eyeing one last match for SummerSlam before Brock Lesnar does go off into the sunset. Remember, Gunther has Paul Heyman right where he wants him. That favor that he's got to do, that he's got to go on, and that favor might be Paul Heyman. I want you to take Brock Lesnar back into the ring. I want Brock Lesnar back in this company. Is that going to be the favor from one Paul Heyman that Gunther has to and will fulfill out of Paul Heyman? Again, Ricky Saints' current WWE main roster call-up status. What are your thoughts and your comments on Ricky Saints? As we all know him coming over from AEW. Also, we are receiving word at this time. Controversial rapper Tom MacDonald linked up with Brock Lesnar and Sable during WrestleMania weekend. And I'll tell you what, Sable is still looking fine. She's looking pretty hot. Also, we got breaking news as concerns massive presentation changes for the blue brand of SmackDown. Oh, this is epic. This is good. This is a positive update. WWE may be shaking up things on SmackDown again on the USA Network on Friday nights. And this time, it's not just about new faces, but a subtle refresh to the show itself. SmackDown could be getting a refresh. WrestleVotes Radio on Fightful Select reports that there is a bit of a presentation update on WWE SmackDown being discussed. Specifically, again, after speculation around NXT call-ups followed Jacy Jayne's emotional moment at NXT Revenge, a new report now connects her directly to a potential main roster plan. So I guess this connects to the refresh of SmackDown. The report points to multiple names being considered for the brand, with Jacy Jayne specifically being mentioned as someone who could bring to switch up the mix, to flavor it up. A number of names have been discussed for the roster, including Jacy Jayne and Rey Mysterio possibly appearing on the brand. The WWE SmackDown theme song, set design, and logos are expected. Oh, no, this just killed it. This just killed the whole report. The SmackDown theme song, set design, and logo are expected to remain unchanged. However, plans can always change. So that's like kind of saying it's confirmed, then it's not confirmed, that's an unconfirmed. This shows how WWE is looking to tweak the overall feel of the show while keeping its current identity intact, potentially pairing those subtle changes with new talent additions to keep things moving forward. With changes being discussed behind the scenes, SmackDown could be headed towards a subtle refresh rather than a full overhaul, meaning tweaks to the overall presentation may come into play while keeping its core identity intact. Do you think WWE SmackDown needs a full presentation overhaul? Your thoughts, your comments, and your opinions below, because if it weren't for you, there certainly would be no Sean's View. But as it appears, this is breaking news. A top star that just competed, that performed, that has been a constant on WWE television. What is going on with the death threats? Well, will this star be blacklisted because of this? We're about to find out. Because, ladies and gentlemen, a star in the music industry and a star in WWE, Jelly Roll, accused of making death threat, but cops say as of this time, no charges according to TMZ. And again, guys, is Jelly Roll going to go to jail? Is he going to be investigated? Is there going to be charges? Right now, cops are saying no charges as of this time. But of course, plans can change. Do you think Jelly Roll is a good guy? Is he a bad guy? Is he a changed man? Has he seen the error of his ways? It all boils down to your thoughts, your comments, your opinions, and your emotions on Jelly Roll and the supposed death threats. Also, ladies and gentlemen, we are receiving word at this time about a major announcement. Now, we talked about the rumors and speculation before of a major announcement from the game Triple H. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that may not be the only, that may not be the last announcement from the game Triple H that you're going to want to pay attention to. And we will see it through if we receive any more updates on the game Triple H. But ladies and gentlemen, that certainly is not all, because we're going to compile this into the next update, the next video, the next upload, where we will unload the hottest, the latest, the greatest, the most definitive, the most exclusive, the most dynamic, and the most in-depth in WWE news, rumors, and headlines, because that's what we do. And I believe in the viewers, the fans, and the subscribers that make this show truly what it is. Subscribe, with plenty more to come. What is gonna happen next? Your guess is as good as mine. Later.